Welcome, welcome, welcome once again. It is me in the captain's chair in my living room, about to jump into some pentiment. Who am I, you might ask? Well, if you didn't see it already or it hasn't been told to you, my name is Nuzzle Nani. And I'm the HNIC, the head nuzzle in charge. So let me get to it so we can feel the in chargeness of the chargeability of being charged with being the head in charge of Nuzzle. Nuzzle Nani here, about to dive in, Nuzzle style. That's right, I'm about to get all sorts of up in Pentiment. Okay, let's see. New game? I think so. Easy read fonts. This game uses stylized fonts and writing effects that may be difficult for some readers. The Easy Read Fonts option improves legibility by disabling some fonts and writing effects. I'm going to use the Easy Read fonts. I can read the other ones fine, but if I can read it easier, and I'm having to read to the viewer, if there is a viewer ever, you know. Autosave feature. Pentiment automatically saves your progress as the play. Wait, let me start that over. Autosave feature. Pentiment automatically saves your progress as you play the game. Got it? Xbox Game Studios presents an Obsidian Entertainment production. Pentiment. And the abbot said to me, Andreas, I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. I need you to finish this commission by the end of April. Keep your conversations with Brother Piero to a minimum. Up to the devil's work again, are you? Don't encourage him. Devotion to one's work can yield pleasures of the mind superlative to those of the body. Either you need to spend time with more exciting lovers, or I need to learn how to work the Socrates way. Hee hee. How did you reply to the abbot, Andreas? I apologized and said I'd be more mindful. I said, it's not my fault that God made me this handsome. I ignored him, which is what the common narrative. Let's go with the handsome. Hee hee, hee hee. You're insufferable. Alas, this Christian faith views desire less. Alas, this Christian faith views desire less favorably than I did in my time. Perhaps this longing for you will instill in them a greater appreciation for beauty. Right. Try telling that to the abbot next time, Andreas. Hee hee. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. Hey, what's up, viewer? Thanks for tuning in. You are A-OK. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, yeah. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master await you. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus. Then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty, at least? That's what my brother said in his letter, but maybe he's just trying to lift my spirits. The small portrait they sent was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. Oh, who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyway. It is growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. Ah, true, Your Majesty. Will you visit us again soon? Hopefully, but it's out of my control, Your Majesty. I don't know, Your Majesty. Well, I can always dream of this place, Your Majesty. Of course. If you are not here tomorrow night, I pray you will be someplace as pleasant. Grobian, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, Your Majesty. Until next time, Andreas. Until next time, Your Majesty. Pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. Ow. At least I would if I blah blah. At least I would if they'd stop stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. Hee hee. They're fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. I won't. The abbot can't push me around. He's just trying to keep order in the abbey. I'm an outsider. It will be fine. I don't want to cause any trouble. It will be fine. I don't want to cause any trouble. That's no way to think about it. You need to stand up for yourself. Yeah. Would you please stir? I give up. Take me home, Grobian. As you wish, Andreas. Good morning, Ursula. Under. Time to get up. The Baron, April 15th, 1518. A few more pages. Back to the Abbey. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptameron, Prior Ferenc keeps giving me all these books to read. I really should clean this up. I'm not tired yet. Perhaps after complying. See what the quests are. A few more pages. Prime hour 6. Another day, another few pages for the abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. I need to get across town and head up to the abbey so I can start work at the scriptorium. Gertner House. Ursula. Ander pooped. Gertner guest room. Gertner house. Clara. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Quite well, actually, thank you. Ordinary as far as sleeping goes. Not well, but there's nothing to be done about it now. Ordinary as far as sleeping goes. Well, as long as you didn't sleep poorly. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some brine you like from the almonds. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey. Otto stopped by. Yes, around dawn. Here you are, Andreas. That's too kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Master Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we? Would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes. To the Abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it. Even more than usual, I mean. Of course, it's no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. I suppose that's not out of the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. I can't promise anything. I'll see what I can do. Well, wait. Were these taxes unexpected? Were these taxes unexpected? Peter says our taxes didn't go up for years, but ever since we've been married, it's just been going up and going up and up. It used to be that if we didn't have the money, we could make payment in kind with some of our crops. The habit stopped that last year. Now, if we don't get a good price from the miller, it's hard to give the Abbey its share. I know it's not your problem, Andreas, and Peter is too proud to ask you himself. Can you find it in your heart to help us out? Of course, it's no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his hair. I suppose that's not out of the question. Yes, I think I can manage that. I suppose I can manage that. We're so grateful, truly, Andreas. I apologize for asking. It's just awful to be struck in such a position. Peter works hard, but it never seems like enough. St. Luke bless you for helping us out. Speaking of St. Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the Divine Office that Friar Farring allows me to work on my masterpiece. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require it to become a master, but I'm making it mostly to show clients and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. From Nuremberg to a university and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you. Master Andreas? Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life. After a few missteps, some wandering, a little too much fun, some wandering. It must be rather frightening starting all over again. I owe it to my family to make something of my life. It is, but I know that this is what I want to do. This will be remembered. They helped me even after I dropped out of university. I can't let them down. I'm sure you make your family proud, Andreas. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. It is. It's my finest work. It's getting there. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. It's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be a treasure when it's finished. Now I have to go back to my own work. Have a good day if you're happy, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course. Please say hello to Druckers for us. Of course. Until later, Clara. Oh, Andreas. You're in the farm. Peter. Andreas. Ill Peter. God bless you. Andreas. Oh yes, Andreas. This weather's been god awful. This town's gone to shite since my days. I don't think the townsfolk can do much about the weather. Were things very different when you were young? Were things very different when you were young? As different as beer and piss. The old habits didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to Birch to keep his skies clear in the fair weather. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, even with the white lady's name on our lips. The church banned all observances of pagan gods, Il Peter. What sort of old customs? I thought Saint Moritz protected tossing. You think the spirits have been fouling the weather since no one follows customs anymore? What sort of old customs? They're kind that scare away witches and keep evil spirits from calling storm clouds over our lands. The saints weren't the first to watch over tossing. My father knew that. Oh, Rannig, Camper knew that. That bastard Abbott may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. Like the old widow Ottilia. I won't mention that at the Abbey. What do these traditions entail? What do these traditions entail? Well, when you get up in the night to take a piss, go round the right side of the house and never go back the same way. That way the witches don't steal your soul. Oh, how interesting. I should go. Oh, how interesting. Cough, cough. I should go. I should go. All right. God bless you. Bill Peter, eh? Big Jorg. Big Jorg. Excuse me. Morning, guys. Morning, Big George. How's it going? You working today? Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He hit a big rock with a plow and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it out. You off to the Abbey? Every day but Sunday. Where else would I be going? Every day but Sunday. Right. Thank God for Sundays. Smells like a storm's coming now. Ah, just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been travelling too much. Where was it you spent your wander before you came to Tossing? Basil. Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg, Low Countries. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent, Italy. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and some reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. I'm gonna go with Italy, Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. Italy? No wonder your senses are dull. You've been down there too long. Spend enough time in these mountains, and you'll be able to smell a storm coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years. I don't think I have that long, Big George. What do you spend all the time in Italy doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. Hedonist. Andreas seeks out pleasure wherever he goes. He is extremely social and quite experienced in all of the enjoyable vices of the world. Craftsman. Andreas lives to work and dedicates all of his time to his art. Bookworm. Andreas spends all of his non working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. Rapscallion. Andreas has a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fistfights. Businessman. Andreas devotes much of his time to self promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing his books. Um, uh, uh, Bookworm. Andreas spends all of his non working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. Reading mostly and talking about books. I couldn't get enough of it. Venice is filled with incredible printers. Florence continues to illuminate beautiful manuscripts, and the books they produce are treasures, every one. I didn't realize that books meant that much to you. I've seen Father Thomas's Bible and a few other books. I haven't had much use for reading, though. Anyway, I have to get going. George, let's go. Dad's already acting like I'm taking too long even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Down comments. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. It looks like a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Ah, morning, Andreas. Excuse us. One of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping on it. Is there something I can do to help? No, excuse me, I'll try to stay out of your way. Martin, you idiot, you're going to help them? There's something I can do to help. Have you ever handled sheep before? Uh, well, no. Then no, but thank you, Christian. You, the Christian of you to offer. Oh, look, there's something going on up at Steiner's place. Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky is giving him an earful. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Johann pulled his pants down. Knocked two of my men's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. Do you think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin. Stay out of trouble for once. What, Aunt Teddy? Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get these sheep under control. Of course, see you later. Don't work too hard, Martin. Good luck. Help your aunt and cousin, all right? Help your aunt and cousin, all right? Eat shit, Andreas. Andres. Oh, Andreas. Good time. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand? Of course. I'm already late to the Abbey. Of course. Wonderful. I've got too many irons on the fire. Or rather, horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in. Now I need a hand, else they'll overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Here, take the shoe in the tongs. Put the hot part of the shoe on the anvil and hit it with the hammer. Good, next one. Oh, well done, see? Short work. Thanks for the help, Andreas. I don't know what I was thinking doing all those at once. Um, it sure would be nice to have someone to help me out every day. Have you considered an apprentice? Have you considered a child? Don't look at me, painting is hard enough. Have you considered an apprentice? I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested. Keep at them. I bet you could get Bert Drucker. Ha! Klaus would have my head if I tried. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more time, or any more of your time. I'll see you and Otto up by the Abbey guest house for dinner. Until then. Andrew Smith's smithy. It's so much smaller than the one he uses at the Abbey. Church and Druckers. Morning, Andreas. How's it going? Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey, another few hours to work on my masterpiece. Good to hear you still coming by for a supper tonight. Marie and Bert would love to see you. You really need to get you nearly blah blah. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from heresy, witch mania, adventure stories of questionable moral repute, your sloppy typesetting. Witch mania. Oh God, don't say that, Andreas. We're still less than a day's ride from Innsbruck. No need to get people around here all worked up about witches again. Besides, don't talk about witches around Father Thomas. Just a bad idea. He always wonders if women will float if you put them in the creek. And if they float, they're witches. Good to know. So, supper tonight after Vespers. Of course, thank you. We'll see. Of course, thank you. Great. I'll tell Marie and Bert that you're coming by. See you then. See you later. God bless Master Mailer. God bless Master Mailer. I hope your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Thank you, Father, but I'm running late to the Abbey. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Good, good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning Mass. You understand how important it is, your salvation, that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? Yes, I apologize, Father Thomas. I promise I'll make it this Sunday. I do, but I've been working on sketches late at night and, sigh. Uh, yes, I apologize, Father Thomas. I promise you I'll make it this Sunday. You don't have to make it a promise to me, but our salvation is contingent on the. Oh my, what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Mailer, this is Lorenz, Baron of Rothvogel, a great lord from the countryside near Worms. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was terribly dull. I mean, it has a certain charm common to these Alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the Emperor's diet. The Emperor? Was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the praetor. Who was the artist, my lord? Why was the diet assembled, my lord? How was Venice, my lord? I lived there for only a few years. How was Venice, my lord? Oh, fascinating. Well, the city's Jews now live in their own quarter in the north. The city's artists are still producing wonderful work. Titian, in particular, is a god. No offense, father. Of course. Of course. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Curacao. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. A great loss for the Abbey and for all of us. Indeed, by good fortune, I recently came across a copy of Historia to say he was reading during my last visit. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Heh. Ah, yes. But I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss Tarsing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father Gernot, and I have come to check on its progress. Oh, my lord, if you have come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mailer here. Not quite a true master yet. I still have to marry and be approved by our city council. It is an honor to meet you, my lord. It's an honor to meet you, my lord. Andreas is a Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next few months, he's also helping in the Abbey's scriptorium. Nuremberger, artist working in an Abbey scriptorium in 1518. Oh, we should talk. Andreas, I know the story. I must know the story. Of course, my lord. It would be an honor. Well, I'm already late for the Abbey, but I suppose it's all right. Surely, my lord would find little entertainment or companionship in me. Surely, my lord would find little entertainment or companionship in me. I have yet to judge the quality of your entertainment, though it sounds like we're off to a bad start. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at the Abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the Abbot's stable. Did the Abbot invite me? Did the Abbot invite me? I don't I don't worry about it, Father. Just show up for Vespers. After Vespers, what is he going to do? Refuse us? I. Excellent. We will see you then. Miklas, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the Abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time walking with Master Melee. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not be a master yet. Are you unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth, I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years in Erfurt. Erfurt? Wonderful. The same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his books? Tremendous mind. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. Wait, you may have even met him, did you? You must tell me. Oh no, he was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas do seem fascinating. His ideas don't hold much interest for me, I'm afraid. Still, his ideas seem fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I wonder if the brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the church. Father Matthias, who was not above having a lively debate. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gannat does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very educated. Why are you so interested in my education? Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem so very well educated. Oh, no. My family is merely wealthy enough to have me provided me with all the books and tutors a child could dream of. I know I love all knowledge from Aristotle and Cicero to Ficino and Erasmus, and everyone in between and yet to come. I may have misjudged the Baron. It seems he is as well read as any university student. In truth, I'm simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? No, I didn't. I only a master's degree. I started working toward a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what's your area of study? Theology. Andreas has a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. Imperium law. Andreas knows the basics of the fractured systems of laws that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Medicine. Andreas is familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness. Medicine. Andreas is familiar with the basics of all things medical, studying the latest and greatest texts coming out of Italy. All things medical, studying the latest and greatest texts coming out of Italy. Yes, the Italians continue to innovate in that area. Extraordinary, really. Fascinating work. Who knows what secrets we may learn about the human body in the decades to come? You, if I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. Yes, you, Lorenz Rothvogel. Perch dogs tearing you to pieces would be kind of fate. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Well, what of your early time in university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium. Yes. Did you have a favorite subject? Latinist. Andreas has a strong command of Latin grammar and vocabulary. He can also easily recall Semte Antiquae, quoted words of wisdom from the Roman Republican Empire. Logician. Logician. Andreas instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it, is adept to spatial analysis, and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. Order. Andreas excelled as rhetoric in university. He is a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. Occultist. Andreas knows a soul endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, liturgy, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. Heavens and earth. Andreas knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movements. He is also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. I'm going to go with heavens and earth. I love studying the natural world. My lord, both the heavens above me and the wild spaces around us. Formerly, I studied as much astronomy as I could. It's incredible how much we've learned from both Arabs and Greeks. True, but even now, as we continue to discover more about what we can see within the celestial sphere, what began as pagan myths to explain our place in the world may help us understand our place in the heavens. And this may seem foolish, but I spent a lot of time in the wilderness learning about plants and animals. Really? Did the libraries of Earth not have enough herbals to satisfy your curiosity? Herbals, herbals, herbals. I don't mean to malign our most august Greek and Roman authors, august Greek and Roman authors, but De Materia Medica was written before the coming of Christ. Surely there is more that we can learn about plants, insects, and animals by observing them in nature, and beyond that, I simply have a love for wild places. While I do not share your academic interest in nature, I must admit that I sometimes enjoy the solitude of a walk in the woods. And your other studies, was there anything else you excelled at? Um, it's the same choices, so let's go with logician. Andreas instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it. It is adept at spatial analysis, As he receives it, it is adept at spatial analysis and can perform complicated calculations in his head. Logician. Logic, geometry, and arithmetic. Quite interesting for an artist. Quite interesting for an artist. Was Aristotle's organon the foundation of your study? Yes, the organon for logic and Euclid's elements for geometry, but the past few centuries have yielded wonderful new texts on logic. Peter Abelard. Peter Abelard provided the foundation of scholastic philosophy and established the primacy of Aristotle's work. The Englishman William of Ockham gave us the Summa Logicae, arguing nominalism against Platonic realism. And of course, Thomas Aquinas gave us the tools to employ both faith and reason in our pursuit of truth. All monks and friars, of course, a great deal of work to force Aristotle's to fit within the Church's wisdom of truth. Is that so wrong? I question that these great men should have had to wrestle logic into what the Church established by fiat and force. Oh, there's the Abbey. I have good memories of this place, and Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know of Carousel at all? My family had been patrons of Carousel for, I don't know how many generations. Some years ago, I heard that Carousel still had a wonderful library of artisans. Beautiful artists, professional artists, have taken over most manuscript production, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Well, there's too much left of it these days. Two old men, a young scribe, and me. This is the place, a good place as any to create art. The artists that remain here are quite talented, if a bit old-fashioned. Not too much left in it. The two old men, a young scribe, and me. This is good place as any to create art. Certainly, though I sure miss the comforts of Nuremberg when I bet you sure miss the comforts of Nuremberg when you're stuck in a drafty old abbey like this. I'll get back there soon enough. I'm in no rush. I do, but the abbot is paying good money, good enough to put up with a bit of discomfort. I'll get back there good enough. That's good for me, since I still appreciate the abbey's work. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Granada a year ago. I thought I would stop by to check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do not know the artist well, the venerable Brother Piero. How venerable? He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. Then I very much look forward to seeing it. I need to figure out how to save it. 'Cause I gotta go to work. Can I not save it? McClouse, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm headed up to the Abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Nuns. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. The church closed most of them centuries ago, but then Carousel is a place out of time in more ways than one. You know, Mother Cecilia, she seems to recognize you. Why are they closed? She seemed to recognize you. We are acquainted, yes. Let's leave it at that. Ah, you must be Father Gannot. I'm Lorenz, Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rothvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Oh, if you say so, I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I rode ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Yes, I mean, I know, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, yes, certainly, my lord. We will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. Of course, Father, I'm eager to work. Why are you taking this out on me is not my problem. Is this a bad time for me to ask for an advance on my payment on the Book of Hours? I'll get to it. Then get to work. Shit. I should have asked him about an advance for getting his taxes. Maybe I could go convince Brother Matteo to pay me early. Yes, my game saved. All right, I got to go to work. I'll be back later. Um, maybe playing this, maybe playing something else. I was getting into Opus last night. Um, Echo of Star Song. It was pretty dope. Viewer, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a dedicated viewer. If you feel like following, go ahead and follow and then sign up for notifications, and you'll know when I stream again. That way, you know when I stream again, and you can check the replay later after if you can't tune in, or if you want to tune in, you can tune in. Um, I stream at very odd times. I don't have a set schedule, so you might be more inclined to catch a replay. But if you can tune in, by all means, please tune in again. Thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day. That was my best Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Peace.